Imagine this. One of the world's most downloaded apps, used by over 170 million Americans, comes within days of being banned in the United States, only to be rescued by a last-minute deal involving some of Silicon Valley's biggest names. That's the story of TikTok, and it just took a major turn with Oracle stepping in. Welcome to Seven Hills Equities. If you want market analysis that goes deeper than the headlines, especially stories that connect global politics with real investor opportunities, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell. Alright, let's break this down. TikTok's rise began in the late 2010s, when its Chinese parent ByteDance merged Musical.ly into the platform and built it into a cultural phenomenon. But as it grew, US officials started raising questions. Could Beijing access US user data, and what would that mean for national security? Those questions sparked years of negotiations, lawsuits, and political battles. By 2022, TikTok rolled out Project Texas, a plan to keep US user data inside American borders, stored on Oracle's cloud infrastructure. It was a way of showing regulators, look, we're walling off American data. But that didn't stop Washington from pushing harder. Fast forward to April 2024. Congress passed a law forcing ByteDance to divest TikTok or face a US ban. ByteDance fought it in court, but in January 2025, the Supreme Court upheld the law. That was a turning point. The US government now had a firm legal path. Either TikTok is sold, or it's gone. Throughout 2025, TikTok prepared backup plans, even building a US-only version of the app. But investors were watching one question: who, if anyone, could actually buy TikTok's US operations? And now, this week, we finally have clarity. Multiple reports say Oracle, along with Silver Lake and Andreessen Horowitz, is leading a consortium that will control about 80% of TikTok's US operations. ByteDance would keep a minority stake just under 20%. And Oracle's role isn't just financial. It would continue to host TikTok's US data on its cloud, making it the backbone of the entire operation. To give negotiators time, the White House just extended the enforcement deadline to December 16, 2025. That's the new countdown for the deal to close. Now this is big, but it's not all wrapped up. There are still unresolved pieces. First, the algorithm. Who actually controls TikTok's recommendation engine, the secret sauce that drives engagement? China has strict export controls on AI tech, and so far, Beijing has resisted letting TikTok hand it over. Second, licensing and governance. Will the US consortium license technology from ByteDance or fully separate it? That decision could determine whether regulators and investors see this as a true US TikTok or just a shell. Third, Chinese approval. Even with a framework, the deal needs Beijing's sign-off. Without it, the transaction could stall. So, what does this mean for investors? 3 key takeaways. 1. Oracle stands to benefit directly. Not only is it part of the ownership group, it also secures multi-year cloud hosting revenue from TikTok's US data. That's real recurring cash flow. 2. Execution risk is high. If the deal collapses or if algorithm access can't be resolved, Oracle and other consortium members could take a hit. This is a binary risk. Either it closes and creates upside, or it falls apart and drags valuations down. 3. The deadline matters. December 16th is now the market's countdown clock. Between now and then, expect headlines and expect volatility. Bottom line, after years of back and forth, TikTok's US future looks closer to settled than ever before, with Oracle right at the center. But the fine print on algorithms and licensing will decide whether this deal actually sticks. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to Seven Hills Equities. We'll keep following this story because the next few weeks could shape not just TikTok's future, but Oracle's too. Thanks for watching, and if you like the story, please subscribe. It really helps the channel out. We'll see you in the next update.